Hello friends, I welcome you all to this session. This session is a part of our trademark course, that is JEE Mains. So in this session, we'll be starting with the chapter Trigonometry and Inverse Trigonometric Functions, right? So when we talk about trigonometry and inverse trigonometry, that is trigonometry as a whole, I can say it forms the backbone of the JEE Mains syllabus when it comes to mathematics. So trigonometry is not just useful for mathematics per se, it is also useful even for various other fields, like even for physics, right? So when I talk about trigonometry pertaining to JEE Main syllabus, okay, and on average the number of questions in JEE Main we are getting at least 1 to 2, okay, 1 to 2 it is varying, and on average you can say 2 questions. Then what about input output ratio? Okay, high input but medium output, high input but medium output, okay, the input required is very high but medium output per se, if I say talk about this chapter, output is medium, but when I talk about other chapters, the concept of trigonometry is very much useful when you think about other chapters in the calculus, like limits, okay, because we have seen we need to study about trigonometric limits, I mean in calculus, differentiation, integration, all these, even matrices and determinants, there also will get trigonometric functions, right? So having the concept, having the knowledge of trigonometry will be useful in almost every other chapter of mathematics. But trigonometry, in that chapter you will be getting 1 or 2 questions on an average, so we have written it as medium output. But that's why I said it is a backbone of mathematics syllabus, okay. Now what are the prerequisites knowledge? That is, at least you must have class 10 trigonometry. We are not going to go into the too much basics, at least you must have prerequisite knowledge, that is at least class 10 trigonometry, fine. Then what are the easiest topics when it comes to trigonometry? That is the relation between radians and degrees, quadrant angles, allied angles, okay, allied angles of trigonometric ratios. Then most repeated topics, that is double angle and triple angle formula, general solution of trigonometric equation. Although this is not there as of now in the syllabus, but still we have to study to a certain extent because it will be useful while solving some other things. Maximum and minimum values of trigonometric expressions. Next is, what is a key highlight of this chapter? It is moderate to hard level questions. Moderate to hard level questions are asked. Okay, hard in the sense it's not questions per se. Sometimes it will be calculation will take time and it is time consuming. Okay, chapter is easy in the beginning. Okay, but it will become tougher as it has many formulas and requires lot of manipulations to solve. Manipulation is what? You have to make lot of changes as per the needs of the question, as per the demands of the question. That's why it will be easy in the beginning. As we progress with more and more concepts, it will become little harder. That's it. But we will simplify it. Don't worry. Right. Next thing, trigonometry. Number of questions that are asked. I am talking about all the papers. So 2023, 26 questions out of 24 papers. And an average you can take 1 point something, one question per paper. 2022, it is how much? 39 questions. 21, 50 questions. 2020, 16. 2019, 35. Okay. So the numbers are varying, but on average you can say, like I told, 1 or 2 questions will be asked. And here we will be solving, initially we will be solving 23, 22, 21, 20, 2019, such kind of questions. But later we will be solving even 2024, both the sessions, and 2025 first sessions. And later we will do even 2025 second session questions also. Now let us look at the trigonometry syllabus. Now we are talking only about trigonometry, not about inverse. When we are talking about trigonometry, first thing is system of measurement of angle, that is called circular system. That is, you measure using radians or degrees, that is what we call about system of measurement. Then the relation between radians and degrees, trigonometric ratios, okay. Then reciprocal and co-ratio of trigonometric ratios. For trigonometric ratios, what are the reciprocals, what are the co-ratios, then sign of trigonometric functions when it comes to different quadrants, quadrant angles and allied angles, 3 steps to get any angle. How to get any angle we will see. Trigonometric functions of particular angles like 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, okay, that is particular angles, and also for 15 degree, 18 degree, 72 degree, okay, such kind of things. Then trigonometric identities, you must have studied in your matriculation also, trigonometric identities. Then compound angles, double angle and triple angle, and general solution of trigonometric equations. General solution, although it is not there in the syllabus as of now, but these basics we will learn. These basics are important because it will be useful in certain other chapters or certain other things where we will be using it for solving the question, right? Then properties of triangle, where we will be learning about sine rule, cosine rule, all these things. Then heights and distance. Heights and distance is removed, but that was a simple chapter. It shouldn't have been removed. It would have been given an advantage for you. Anyways, no problem. Then we have inverse trigonometry that we will see when we go for inverse. Okay, in detail. Now, so let us start. Okay. So when you talk about measurement system, there are two types of measurement. One is sexagesimal system. Okay. Another one is circular system or radian system. Sexagesimal system means where we measure in terms of degree. Measure it in terms of degree. Okay. If the central angle is divided into 360 equal parts, each part is called 1 degree denoted by 1 degree. That's it. Okay. So this is a circle. If you divide it into 360 equal parts, then each part, this part, we call it as 1 by 360th degree. That is nothing but 1 out of 360 degree. 1 out of 360 part is 1 degree. Right? That is 1 degree. So important points when it comes to this measurement, degree measurement. 1 by 360 of complete rotation is 1 degree, which I told you just now. Next, 1 by 60 of a degree is 1 minute. 1 by 60 of a degree. 1 by 60 of complete, 1 by 360 of complete rotation is 1 degree. Then 1 by 60 of 1 degree is 1 minute. Okay, 1 by 60 of 1 minute is 1 second. Then 1 right angle is equal to 90 degrees. These are the important results which you must know. This is it about when it comes to sexagesimal measurement system. Next we will see what is, these are all the basics, that's why I am running through. Okay, this is circular system or radian measure. A radian is an angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc whose length is equal to the radius of the circle. That is, see here friends, this is the angle subtended at the center by arc. This AB is the arc. Okay, this AB is the arc. This AB is the arc. Let this arc length be L. Okay, let this arc length be L. Let theta be the angle here. Okay, what do we call it as 1 radian? This theta will become 1 radian when this arc length L will become equal to radius R. Then when L is equal to R, whatever the angle that we have here, that is called 1 radian. That will be equal to 1 radian. So that is what we have given. Radian is an angle subtended at the center of an arc, subtended at the center of a circle by an arc AB, which is also length L. Okay, is equal to the radius of the circle. When L becomes equal to R, that center angle, this theta, is called 1 radian. Got it friends? This is the meaning of 1 radian. So it is denoted by theta is equal to L by R radius. Theta is equal to L by R radius, L by R radians. Okay, theta is equal to L by R radians. Now note that if theta is equal to 90 degree, that is, here we took generally theta is equal to what? Some value theta. But if theta is equal to 90 degree, that is, if circle is a quadrant, if circle is having a quadrant here, see here, I can show here, this is one quadrant. When we divide the circle into 4 equal halves, one of the half is called what? Quadrant. So where this theta is 90 degree. So when theta is 90 degree, what will happen to this? This arc length will be equal to what? This arc length, this is total circumference of the circle is what? 2 pi r. When you divide it by 4, it will become 2 pi r by 4. So arc length of this quadrant is circumference of the circle divided by 4. That is what I have written, that is L will be equal to 2 pi r by 4. So I wrote here theta is equal to L by r. So theta will be equal to L by r. So L is equal to what? 2 pi r by 4. So theta is equal to pi by 2. Okay, by calculating we will get theta is equal to pi by 2. So similarly, if I take this circle, okay, if I take this circle, the angle is equal to 180 degree. So this is a straight line within the circle. This is the diameter you can take. This angle is what? 180 degree. So theta is equal to L by r. Theta is equal to 180 degree. So if I talk about this arc, suppose this is A and this is B. This length is L. Okay. This is what? Circumference. This is what? Semicircle. Okay. Semicircle circumference is what? That is C by 2. That is 2 pi r by 2. That is pi r. So theta will be equal to pi. Here C by 2. We substitute theta is equal to L by r. So if I write theta is equal to L by r, so this will be equal to what? 2 pi r by 2 divided by r. 2 cancels, r cancels, you will get the value as. So similarly, you will get relation between radians and angles. You have to remember 360 degree is equal to 2 pi radians. So to convert radians to degree, you have to multiply with 180 by pi, or to convert degrees to radians, you have to multiply with pi by 180. No need to by heart all this. You just have to remember 360 degree is equal to 2 pi, or you remember 180 degree is equal to pi radians. Just substitute this value. You use unitary method and you can get the answer. 180 degree is equal to pi radians. That's it. So note, so pi radians is 180 degree, pi by 2 is 90 degree, pi by 3 is 60, pi by 4 is 45, pi by 6 is 30. This you already know. The degree measure corresponding to given radian. Okay, this is the question. Okay, 2 pi by 15 radians. For this you have to find the degree measure. So pi is equal to how much degree? Pi radian is equal to 180 degree. So I'll write it as 2 pi by 15. I can write it as, wherever pi is there, I'll write 180 by 15. Okay, 15 ones are 15, so 3 is left, 15 twos are, that is 15 12s is 180, so 12 twos are 24 degree. This is 24 degree, that is option D. This is 24 degree. This is how you solve. If in 1 minute the minute hand covers 6 degree, in hour and covers 3.5 degree, this is we are talking about clock. When you talk about clock, one thing you have to remember. Suppose you talk about R and okay, suppose in R and one revolution, or one revolution, what you will get? When one revolution, in one revolution, it will cover how many hours? It will cover 12 hours. In one revolution, that is one complete circle. What is the angle? What is the degree it covers? It covers 360 degree. So in 1 hour, so friends, in 1 hour it will cover, 360 by 12, that is equal to 30 degree. That is equal to 30 degree. Similarly, you can see 1 minute it will cover 6 degree. You should remember this. 1 minute is equal to 6 degree and 1 hour will cover 30 degree. Rn. Got it, friends? Simple. Next. This one basic thing you have to remember. Next, based on this only you can solve the question, but I don't want you to use this thing because it is little time consuming. I want you to remember this. Modulus will be there. I want you to remember this. If they ask you to find the time between or angle between R and minute hand and they give you a time, then you use this formula because it is very simple and easy to solve for the questions. Okay, theta is equal to 30x minus 11y by 2. X is what? It is denoting R hand. Okay, and y is what? It is denoting minute hand. Okay, that is whatever the time which is representing R, that is x. What is the time that is representing y? That you can take it as y. 30x minus 11y by 2. So you can see here, find the angle between the R hand and minute hand of a clock when the time is 3.25. That is not 3.3, that is 3 hours 25. If you use 1 hour is equal to 30 degree, 1 minute is equal to 6 degree. If you use that, it will take some time. Instead of that, let us use the formula theta is equal to 30x minus 11y by 2 modulus. Okay, that means even if it comes negative value, you take the positive value because time cannot be negative. Another thing you must know is the convention we take that the angle in anti-clockwise it is positive and angle in clockwise we take it as negative. This is one thing you must remember. Be it in physics, be it in mathematics, angle in anti-clockwise we take it as positive, in clockwise we take it as negative. 30x minus 11y by 2, right? So x is what? X is r and that is 3 and 11y by 2, y is 25. If I substitute the values, I will get it as theta is equal to 30 into 3 is 90, 11 into 5 is 11 into 25. 11 into 25 is how much? Instead of that, let us do 11 into 25 by 2. Okay, so this will get it as 90 minus 11 into 25 by 2 is 12.5. Okay, so 90 minus 11 into 12.5. So 11 into 12 is 132. Okay, 0.5 into 11 is 0.5 into 11 is how much? 0.5 into 10 is 5. and 0.5 into 11 is 5.5. 132 plus 5.5, 5.5 is 137.5. So 90 minus 132, 137.5. So this is how much, friends? Minus 47.5. That is nothing but 47.5 degree. So that is what? 47.5 is nothing but 47 and a half. So that is option B. Got it, friends? That is how you solve. You can have a look at it. Okay, you can have a look at it, how to solve. Once you can have a look at it. Okay, let's move to the next question. So similarly, they have asked, don't worry about AM, PM and all these things. The angle between minute hand and hour hand of a clock when the time is 7:40 AM. So that is theta is equal to 30x minus 11y by 2. Okay, so theta is equal to 30, x is how much? 7. 30 into 10 is 200 and 30 into 3 is 30 into 7 is 210 minus 11y by 2. 11 into 40 by 2 is 20. So this will be theta is equal to 210 minus this will be 220. So that will be theta will be equal to 10 degree. Positive value, theta will be 10 degree. That's it. Got it, friends? I hope it is clear. Now let this represent a triangle ABC, the right angle triangle, right angle B. Okay. Now when we talk about trigonometric ratios, let us revisit what you have studied in matriculation. That is, suppose this is theta, or let this be theta. So the opposite, this is opposite side. What is opposite to 90 degree? This will be hypotenuse. Okay, and what is opposite to this one? Adjacent to this one, this will be adjacent side. So now we have to calculate sine, cos, tan and other angles. So for sine, cos, tan, there is one song which used to come in yesteryears. What we used to call that song is called O A O. Okay, so if I write it here, see O A O. Okay, if I divide it by hypotenuse, O A O. Okay, this will be hypotenuse. For this one, you have to write what? This is O A O. Okay, so adjacent by hypotenuse. This will be, instead of that, this you have to write it as opposite by adjacent. Okay, this is what, friend? This is sine, this is cos. Okay, this is tan, and this inverse of sine is cosec. It will go like this. Sine is opposite by adjacent by hypotenuse. Cos is, tan is this one. This will be cosec will be hypotenuse by opposite. This will be secant will be hypotenuse by adjacent. This will be cot will be adjacent by opposite. Just for you to remember, that's it. But already you know these things. So this will be opposite by hypotenuse. Cos, this will be sine theta, because sine cannot exist independently. There should be value of theta. Theta, or I can write sine A. This will be adjacent by hypotenuse, and this will be what? This will be tan theta will be opposite by adjacent. Opposite by adjacent. Got it, friends? I hope it is absolutely clear to you. So moving forward, similarly you can find cosec, sec and cot theta. So this is about reciprocal and correlations. So sine and cosec are reciprocal. Similarly cos and secant, that is 1 by sin theta is cosecant theta, 1 by cosecant theta is sin theta. Tan and cot and tan. Okay, secant and cos, cosec and sin. The sin theta, sin theta, tan, cot theta. They are secant theta, cosecant theta. They are what? They are co-ratios. Okay. Trigonometric identities. When I talk about trigonometric identities, 3 identities should come to your mind always. That is sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. 1 plus tan square theta is equal to secant square theta. Or let me write it as secant square theta minus tan square theta is equal to 1. So wherever there is 1 in any question, accordingly we will use sin square theta plus cos square theta, or secant square theta minus tan square theta. Another one is what? 1 plus cot square theta is equal to cosecant square theta. So therefore it will become cosec square theta minus cot square theta is equal to 1. These are our standard identities. There is another thing called quotient relation. Okay, this you already know, but we call it as quotient relation. That is, friends, see here, tan theta is equal to sin theta by cos theta, and cot theta is equal to cos theta by sin theta. Okay, where here cos theta is not equal to 0 and sin theta is not equal to 0, that is, the denominator should not be equal to 0. Got it, friends? These are the trigonometric identities. Next, we will solve some questions. Enough of the concepts. We will solve some questions based on these concepts. They are given, if tan A plus cot A is equal to 4, then tan to the power of 4A plus cot to the power of 4A is equal to how much? Okay, we know that tan A plus cot A is equal to 4. So tan A plus cot A is equal to 4. Tan A plus cot A I can write as tan A plus 1 by tan A is equal to 4. Tan A plus 1 by tan A is equal to 4. So instead of tan, let me write it as x. Let tan A be x equal to x. So 1 by x plus 1 by x is equal to 4. Okay, I need 1 by x, that means I need what? The value of 1 by the value of x to the power of 4 plus 1 by x to the power of 4. This is what we need. So for that, first let us square on both sides. You will get x square plus 1 by x square. What is this? X square plus 1 by x square. If you square, you will get it as plus 2ab. X into 1 by x is, it will be nothing but 1. So I will write just 2. So 4 square is 16. So x square plus 1 by x square, what you will get? You will get the value as 14. Okay. Again, if you square, what you will get? Again, if you square this again, what you will get? You will get it as x to the power of 4 plus 1 by x to the power of 4. Okay, plus 2. 2 into x square into 1 by x square is nothing but 1. Plus 2 is equal to 1. 14 square is 196. So x square, x to the power of 4 plus 1 by x to the power of 4 will be equal to 196 minus 2, that is 194. Okay, this if you know this relation, even if they give x to the power of any number, you will be able to solve. Okay, so you should know. That's it. Now, even if they give x minus 1 by x, you will be in a position to solve this. But if they give x minus 1 by x, you have to add here, because here it will be minus 2, that side it will become plus 2. If you add here, it will subtract. The value will, okay, the value of 6 into sin to the power of 6 theta plus cos 6 to the power of 6 theta minus, this is theta only. Okay, sin to the power of 4 theta plus cos to the power of 4 theta equals what? This is such big expression they were given. How to solve? It's a very simple question, similar to previous only, but little changes. So sin to the power of 6 theta plus cos to the power of 6 theta. I can write it as what, friends? Sin to the power of 6 theta. Okay, both should be written in similar terms. So let me write it as sin to the power of 6 theta. I can write it as sin square theta whole cube plus cos square theta whole cube. Okay, this is what, friends? A cube plus b cube. A cube plus b cube is equal to what? A plus b whole cube minus what? A plus b whole cube. A plus b whole cube minus 3ab into a plus b, minus 3ab into a plus b. So this is what? This is a, this is b, that is a is sin square theta, b is cos square theta. So this I can write it as sin square theta plus cos square theta whole cube. Don't write it as sin theta plus cos theta. This is sin square theta plus cos square theta whole cube minus 3ab. ab is 3 sin square theta cos square theta into a plus b. A plus b is sin square theta plus cos square theta. Okay, got it? Sin square theta plus cos square theta. So this is what, friends? Sin square theta plus cos square theta, we know that it is 1. So 1 cube is nothing but 1 minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta. I can write it as 3 SC. I'll write it instead of sin square theta cos square theta. Again, sin square theta plus cos square theta will be equal to 1. So 1 minus 3 sin square theta cos square theta. Excuse me. This is what we got for this one. Then if you take it as sin power 4 theta plus cos power 4 theta, that is, I can write it as sin square theta whole square plus cos square theta whole square. This is a square plus b square. A square plus b square is what? A plus b whole square minus 2ab. A plus b whole square is what? Here it is sin square theta plus cos square theta whole square minus 2ab minus 2 sin square theta cos square theta. Okay, so this is what? A plus b, a square sin square theta plus cos square theta is 1. 1 square is nothing but 1 minus 2 s square c square. Now if you substitute the value here, so what I'll get? What I'll get? 6 into this one. 6 into 1 minus 6 3 is 18 s square c square minus 9 into 1 is 9, minus into minus is plus, 9 2 is 18 s square c square. This will cancel, this will cancel. Okay, I think here there is something called, this will be plus 4. I think in the question there is plus 4 is equal to how much? Okay, so this will become how much, friend? This will become equal to, it is visible here but the logo is covering. So 6 plus 4, 10, 10 minus 1 is 9, 10 minus 9 is 1. Okay, so the answer to this question is C. This is how we solve this question. That is sin square theta plus cos square theta. This is sin square theta whole cube, cos square theta whole cube will give us sin to the power of 6 theta plus cos to the power of 6 theta. Here we are using a cube plus b cube. Here we are using a square plus b square formula. Okay, next question, friends. I hope it is clear. Look at this. This was asked in the JEE Main 2021, but we will smash this question like this. Okay, don't worry. Looking at this question, you will find what? Such a big question, how to go about it. Okay, so they were given what? 15 sin power 4 alpha plus 10 cos power 4 alpha is equal to 6 for some alpha belonging to R. Then the value of 27 secant square alpha plus 8 cos6 to the power of 6 alpha. This is not 6, this is also not 4, this is 6. Here also it is 6 alpha is equal to how much? Okay, so sin is there, cos is there. Okay, so I can convert sin to cos or cos to sin. So let me convert cos to sin. Okay, so this will become what? 15 sin power 4 alpha plus 10 into cos is what? This I can write it as what? Cos to the power of 4 I can write it as sin square alpha to the power of 4. Let me write it. Let me write one extra step so that you can understand. This is cos square, right? So let me write it as cos square alpha whole square is equal to 6. So 15 sin power 4 alpha plus 10 cos square alpha I can write it as 1 minus sin square alpha to the power 2 minus 6. So this will be equal to what? 15 sin power 4 alpha plus a square plus b square minus 2ab, that is 10 plus 10 sin power 4 alpha minus 2ab minus, that is minus 10 into 22 is minus 20 sin square alpha is equal to 6. Now this is in the form of quadratic equation, right? This is in the 15, let us say 15 sin power 4 alpha, 10 power sin 4 alpha. Okay, so this is in the form of, let us say 15 sin power 4, this is 25 sin power 4 alpha plus this is, if I bring this side, if I bring 6 this side, it will become 10 minus 6, this will be 4 minus 20 sin square alpha, minus 20 sin square alpha is equal to 0. Okay, now I can write this as what? This is pi square, this is sin square square. Okay, sin square square, this is 2 square minus 2ab sin square alpha. So this is what? 5 sine square, I am writing one more step extra, 5 sine square alpha whole square plus 2 square minus 2 into AB. A is 5 sine square alpha into this is 2 is equal to 0. So this is what, friend? This is nothing but a square plus b square minus 2ab, that is nothing but a minus b whole square. A is what? 5 sine square alpha minus 2, b is 2 is equal to 0. So what will happen to this? So sine square alpha is equal to what? Is equal to 2 by 5. Okay, sine square alpha is equal to 2 by 5. Sine square alpha will be equal to 2 by 5. Got it, friends? Sine square alpha will be equal to 2 by 5. If sine square alpha is equal to 2 by 5, what will happen to cos square alpha? This implies cos square alpha will be equal to what? 1 minus 2 by 5, that is 1 minus sine square alpha, that is equal to 1 minus 2 by 5 is 3 by 5. So we got sine square alpha and cos square alpha. Okay, sine square alpha and cos square alpha. So what will happen to this, friends? Sine square alpha is this much. So cosec square alpha is how much? Cosec square alpha will be how much? Cosec square alpha will be 5 by 2. Secant square alpha will be 5 by 3. Got it? Now we have to find what? What is the value we have to find? 27 secant 6 alpha plus 8 cosec 6 alpha. So 27 secant 6 alpha plus 8 cosec 6 alpha we have to find out. So what we have to do for this? Cosec square alpha is 5 by 2. Secant square alpha is 5 by 3. So we have to just substitute the values. What you will get? This is nothing but what? This is 3 secant square plus 2 cosec square alpha. Okay, so let me write it here. So 27 secant 6 alpha plus 8 cosec 6 alpha. 8 cosec 6 alpha is equal to how much they are asking. So if cosec square alpha is 5 by 2, secant square alpha is 5 by 3, what will happen to secant 6? What will happen to cosec power 6 alpha? So just you have to do what? This can be written as what? This can a cube plus b cube. This is in the form of a cube plus b cube. That is a plus b whole cube. Same way. Okay. So first we have what? Or this we can do 27 into secant square alpha. I can write it as what? I can write it as, instead of using a cube plus b cube, I can write it as secant square alpha whole cube for this one plus 8 into cosec power 6. I can write it as cosec square alpha to the power of 3. Okay, what is secant square alpha? 27 into 5 by 3. 5 by 3 is 5 is what? 5 is 125. 5 cube is 125. 3 cube is 27 plus 8 into cosec square alpha is 5 by 2. 5 cube is 125. Okay, and 2 cube is 8. This cancels. This cancels. 125 plus 125 we will get it as 250. You can solve it even with lesser steps. I have written so that you people understand. Got it, friends? You can reduce the number of steps. You can solve even more faster. Okay, so this is equal to 250. Finding sine alpha, cos alpha, sine square alpha, cos square alpha. No need to do all those steps. Directly you can find, and then you can find secant square alpha and cosec square alpha. Okay, but I have shown you how to get cos square alpha, how to convert all these things. Here directly you can write 5 sine square alpha minus 2 whole square. Fine. I hope it is clear now. Let us move to the next question, friends. This was asked in JEE Main 2021. So I hope you are getting little confidence now. So trigonometric functions of particular angles. Okay, I know this 0, 30, 45, 90. Almost everyone knows this. Okay, but I want you to focus on pi and 2 pi. Okay, pi and 2 pi. When sine of pi or 2 pi, that is sine of any pi, that is odd pi or even pi, that is sine pi or sine 2 pi, sine 3 pi or sine 4 pi or sine n pi is equal to 0. So here the value of n pi is equal to 0. But when you talk about odd, when you talk about cos, when it is even positive, odd negative, okay, sin, cos, when we talk about cos, just remember cos. Cos is, sin is always 0, and cos, we talk about cos, what it is? Cos odd pi, cos even pi. Okay, cos even pi is what? Cos 2 pi is 1. Cos odd pi is what? That is 1 pi, that is minus 1. So you can remember cos as even positive, that is 1, even positive, positive 1, odd, negative 1. So even positive, odd, negative, even is positive, odd is negative, even is positive, odd, negative. Remember like that. Okay, for cos even positive, odd, negative. Cos is even positive, odd, negative. Sign of trigonometric functions, that is, suppose this is first quadrant, this is second quadrant, this is third quadrant, this is fourth quadrant, this is x axis, y axis. That means what here? This is here both x and x is greater than 0, y is greater than 0. Here what it is? Here y is greater than 0, x is less than 0. Here what? Both x and y are less than 0. Here x is greater than 0 and y is what? Y is less than 0. So here we know that here it is all are positive. Here sine and cosec are positive. Okay, all are positive. Here this is tan is positive here. Here what? Cos is positive. Okay. So we remember this by ASTC rule. ASTC rule. Add sugar to coffee or whatever mnemonics you know. Okay. This is very important to know. If you by knowing these coordinates, you can find out even compound angles. Finding compound angles will become easy if you know what is positive in which quadrant, right? Let us move forward. Several basics. Trigonometric ratios of negative angles. Trigonometric ratios of negative angles is what? Sine of minus theta is minus sine theta. If sine is negative, then cosec will also be negative. Cosec of minus theta is minus cosec theta. Tan of minus theta is minus tan theta. If tan is negative, then its inverse, cot of minus theta will also be negative. But when we talk about cos of minus theta is plus cos theta. It will engulf all the negativity, it will engulf within itself. So cos of minus theta is minus cos theta. If there is negativity, sin, tan, cosec or cot will throw it out, all the negativity. But when it comes to cos or secant, whatever negativity, it will absorb itself. It will absorb itself. It will not throw it out. It will absorb itself. So it will become positive. Okay, cos of minus theta, secant of minus theta is what? It is positive value. Why cos of minus theta is positive? Let us see. Suppose you must have learnt in the derivation on your intermediate level. Suppose this is a unit circle. Suppose this is angle theta. Okay, this is a perpendicular you draw. Okay, this is perpendicular and this is opposite side. This is hypotenuse. This is positive angle and this is negative angle, same value of theta. So this is what? This is base. This is base. So what is cos theta here? So cos theta will be equal to base by, here also it is hypotenuse. Cos theta will be equal to base by hypotenuse. When we talk about this, here also it is cos theta is equal to, even if you talk about negative value, cos of minus theta is equal to base by hypotenuse. In both ways it is base by hypotenuse. So it becomes cos of minus theta will be equal to cos theta. Anyways, this is not required for you. How it comes I showed. That's all. Here it is cos theta is what? Here if it is above quadrant, here it is base by hypotenuse. Here also base by hypotenuse. Here it is minus theta. So that's how you get cos of minus theta. You have to remember this. Steps to get any angle. Okay, this is highly important. Okay friends, this is very important. Because why? Not just to get any angle, but using this so many formulas we can get it, or without using so many formulas you will be able to solve the questions. You can avoid so many formulas by knowing this. Okay, so many allied angle formulas, supplementary, complementary angle formulas you can avoid by hearting or mugging up if you know this. Okay, if you know, not just knowing, you have to know how to apply. Okay friends, so one thing we have observed is what do people do is, students, okay, you learn the concepts, what you will do, practice. Okay, with that things won't work out. Okay, you have to revise the concepts. Suppose you go learn the concepts, you practice the questions and you go to next chapter. Okay, then you will forget the concept. You have to revise the concepts again and again. Then practice will be helpful. So practice is fine, but you have to keep revising the concepts. What are the concepts we did? For each chapter, you have to revise the concepts. Okay, that is how you are going to succeed. And most important thing, second thing, that is you have to know how to approach the question. It's not just arriving at the answer, how to arrive at the answer. There are various ways, but you have to focus on the class. You have to look at how we are approaching the question. Okay, how we are attacking the question. Okay, that is very important. Approach is very important. Then answer will take care of itself. Right? So we are talking about what? We are talking about this one. Steps to get any angle. Okay, suppose we are talking in terms of pi by 2. That is pi by 2 is what? 90 degree. Pi by 2 into odd multiple. Pi by 2 into odd multiple means what? Okay, sine will become cos, cos will become sine, and tan will become cot, and secant will become cosecant. This you have to remember. It will change. There will be change. Whenever there is odd percent, we have to change like that. Pi by 2 into odd multiple, it is changed because I told even is positive, odd is negative, even is positive, odd is negative. Okay, so when there is negative percent, we have to move away from them. So sine will become cos, tan will become cot, and what it is? Secant will become cosecant, right? When it is pi by 2 into odd, it will change because it is negative. Odd we take it as negative. Okay, I told when talking about cos, right? So similarly, when I talk about pi by 2 into even, even is positive, even positive, odd negative, even positive, odd negative, I told you. So pi by 2 into even. So you have to remain the same. When you are having positivity, okay, you have to observe it, you have to remain the same. So sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos, tan will remain tan, secant will remain secant, and cosecant will remain cosecant. Fine. Then after that, you have to check the quadrant. Okay, by looking at pi by 2 is odd or even, you understood whether sine will become cos or sine will remain sine. But what about the sine? Not the sine angle. I am talking about sine, whether it is plus or minus. For that, you have to check the quadrant. Suppose it is first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. Based on that, you have to see. Okay. Next, find the value of sine 150 degree, and this is cos minus 210 degree. Sine 150 degree. Sine 150 degree. I will solve it in two ways. Sine 150, I can write it as what? Sine 90 plus 60. This 90 is what? This is pi by 2. That is 1 into 90. This is what? Sine 90 is what? What is this? This is odd multiple. Odd multiple means sine will become cos. Sine will become cos. Okay, sine will become cos, and it is in which quadrant? Sine 90 plus theta, it is in which quadrant? This is sine 90 plus 60 is cos 60. It is second quadrant. Second quadrant, sine is positive, so cos 60 is what? Cos 60 will be 1 by 2. Another way to solve this, sine 150, I can write it as what? I can write it as sine 180 minus 30. Okay, 180 is what? 180 is no what? 2 into 90. Okay, 2 into 90. 2 is what? Even. Even is positive. That means sine will remain sine. Sine will remain sine. So sine 180 minus theta. 180 minus theta is 180 is nothing but what? 180 minus theta is, it is second quadrant only. Second quadrant sine is positive. So sine 30. Sine 30 is 1 by 2, friends. So here also 1 by 2, here also 1 by 2. You can solve it either way. So cos 210 degree. Cos 210 degree minus is there. Cos of negative will always become positive. I told you. It will digest, it will engulf negativity within itself. So cos 210 degree will become minus 210 degree will become cos 210 degree. So cos 210 degree, I can write it as what? Cos 180 plus 30. Okay. This is what? What? What type of pi by 2? This is 2 into 90. That is even pi by 2. So when it is even, it is positive, right? So cos will remain cos itself. Cos will remain cos itself. Cos 30 degree, right? Cos will remain cos itself. But 180 plus 30. 180 plus 30 means what? It is going to third quadrant. In third quadrant, ASTC, tan is positive, cos and sin are negative. So this will be minus. We will get minus outside. So this will be minus cos 30. Cos 30 is how much? Root 3 by 2. Is one way to solve. Otherwise, you can take cos 270 minus 60. Cos 270 minus 60 is what? Let us solve that way also. Cos 270 minus 60. Cos 270 minus 60 is what, friends? Cos 270 is, it is odd multiple or even multiple? Cos 3 times 90, that is odd multiple. So instead it is odd, no, so we have to change. So odd multiple means it will become sin 60. Sin 60. But it is 270 minus 60 is, that is going to third quadrant. 270 minus 60 is, that is third quadrant, that is minus, sin 60 is minus root 3 by 2. So both the ways we are getting the same answer. I just showed you the approach. Okay, how it changes, sin changes to cos when it remains the same, and how to take the angles. I hope it is clear now. Look at this, friends. They were given evaluate cos 10 degree, cos 20 degree plus up to cos 70 degree, 170 degree. Cos 170 degree. Right. Now how to solve this question? So let us write down cos 10, cos 20, cos 30 plus cos 170. Okay. By looking at this is cos 10, that is cos 170. Let me see cos 170 how I can write. Let me take these two. Okay. Cos 10 plus cos 170. Okay, cos 10, 170 I can write it as what, friend? It is close to 180. 180 minus 10 degree. Okay, cos 180 minus 10 degree. 180 is what? It is even multiple of pi by 2. So even means it will remain same. Cos 10 degree plus cos, let us look at the sign. Again it will remain cos 10 degree. But what about the sign? Cos 180 minus 10 is second quadrant. Second quadrant only sign is positive. So here cos will be negative. Cos 10 degree minus cos 10 degree, it will be 0. So by pairing all this like this, you will get pairing. You will get what, friends? The answer will come as 0. 0 will be the answer. Got it, friends? The answer to this question is 0. So compound angles. Compound angles, sin of a plus b, sin of a minus b, cos of a plus b, cos of a minus b, tan of a plus b, tan of a minus b, cot of a plus b, cot of a minus b, all these things. Okay. This I'll tell you. How to remember this, I'll tell you. Let me take a space here. Sin of a plus b. Here let me take cos of a plus b. Okay, I'll tell you this sign, this person sign, what is a very humble and also very approachable person. Okay, he is a very humble and he is someone who gives good vibes. Okay, he is such a nice person, you can say. Okay, sign is such a nice person. He will mingle with anyone. Even if cos comes, he will mingle. Even if tan comes, he will mingle. So humble and sweet person, sign. Okay, but when you talk about cos, okay, it's very harsh and it's very harsh. You can say it's very harsh. He will mingle only with cos. Whenever other person comes, he will throw them away. Okay, what we say, if you ask him to do A, he will do B. That is, he will be reverse. If you ask him to shut the door, he will open the door, like that. Okay, like that cos is. So first sin of a plus b. Okay, sin of a plus b. Okay, it will be sin a is ready to merge. Is ready to merge with cos b plus cos a sin b. Okay, friends. So plus means he will take plus only. If you ask sin to close the door, he will close the door. Okay. Next, what about sin of a minus b? Sin of a minus b. So if you ask him to open the door, he will open only. So it will be minus only. Minus here means here also it is minus only. Okay. What about merging? Sin a will merge with cos b. will merge with cos. Yes, no problem. Humble and sweet, I told you. Cos A, sin B. That is sin B will merge with cos A. Now, when we talk about cos of A plus B, cos of A minus B, should be careful. See here, cos of A minus B. This one, if you ask him to shut the door, he will open the door. So plus will become minus. Here, if you ask him to open the door, he will shut the door. Here, minus will become plus. Okay. This cos will merge with cos only. Other persons, you will throw it away. So cos A, cos B. Here it will be sin A, sin B. Here it is equal to cos A, cos B plus sin A, sin B. If you remember like this, you will never forget these formulas. Alright friends, so this is how you remember the formula. We will remember tan formula also how, cot formula also how to remember all these things. I will tell you in the next class, and based on these compound angles, we will be solving the questions in the next session friends. I hope the session was useful. Let's meet in the next session. Alright, please go through this again and revise the concepts. Thank you friends.